WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. Just before 10:30 a.m., a Huntingburg Fire Department was called to the 200 block of South Walnut Street. In the 4-apartment house building, they learned that a fire had occurred in the bottom section of the house. Upon further investigation, fire started inside the kitchen closet. There were no serious injuries. However, Huntingburg Fire Chief Scott Patberg elaborates on the action taken by the Huntingburg firefighters as they realized there were residents in the upstairs apartments.
We did have to get 2 people out of the upstairs apartment that couldn't get through down the hall. We brought them out a window and they were treated at the scene and weren't transported by Memorial Hospital EMS. And there were there was 4 people in the apartment where the fire, and they of course smelled the smoke and notified the fire department. And there were 2 upstairs, so I believe there were 6 there at the time, I believe.
Megan and Cody Petrie were rescued from the right side of the apartment house as they were helped down a ladder. Megan Petrie describes that she and her husband Cody had been sleeping in their apartment when they heard people yelling from the outside. As they realized what was going on, they tried to exit through their front door but were overwhelmed by the smoke coming up from downstairs and immediately looked outside the window for help. This is when her upstairs neighbor, Nakia Brown, who lived across the couple on the left side of the house, saw her from outside. Brown had already hurried outside the house with her baby. Ms. Petrie continues by saying, "If it weren't for Nakia getting help, I don't know what would have happened." Fire Chief Patberg states that there were only 2 working smoke detectors total and that the apartment where the fire started, there was no smoke detector at all. He adds that at this time, the fire investigator is still looking at what caused the fire and are not able to determine the exact cause. The Huntingburg Fire Department was assisted at the scene by Huntingburg Police Department and Huntingburg EMS. A Pike County woman was the victim of a single vehicle accident that took place Monday morning. Indiana State Police say that at approximately 8:20 a.m. yesterday that they, along with deputies from Pike County Sheriff's Department, responded to a crash along State Road 56 near County Road 1100 East that claimed the life of 89-year-old Carolyn Bennett of Petersburg. Police say a preliminary investigation revealed that 54-year-old Sharon Cannon of Petersburg was headed westbound on State Road 56, approaching County Road 100 East. They say for an unknown reason, Cannon's vehicle left the roadway on the right side, entered the ditch, and struck an embankment. Cannon was not injured, and her 2 passengers, Carolyn Bennett and 93-year-old Edward Bennett, both from Petersburg, however, were taken to Deaconess Hospital in Evansville, where Carolyn Bennett died from her injuries. Edward Bennett is currently being treated for a head injury. The vehicle was a total loss, and police say that seatbelt usage is unknown at this time. 2 Lawrence County residents were jailed on multiple charges after fleeing from an Indiana State Police trooper in Martin County over the weekend. Police at the Jasper Post said that just after 1:30 Sunday afternoon, a trooper was patrolling U.S. Highway 50 just west of Shoals when he noticed a car traveling at a high rate of speed and without a license plate. After an attempted traffic stop, police say the vehicle accelerated out of sight and was not immediately located. The trooper believed that the driver had turned onto Peaks Road off of US 50. The trooper then drove to Sanders Lane, both of which are dead-end roads, and waited to see if the car would return towards the highway. Moments later, the car approached on Sanders Lane. The trooper activated his emergency lights again and blocked the car from driving around him. Police say the driver, 24-year-old Jeremiah Zolman of Bedford, was immediately placed into custody without incident. A search of Zolman's car found drug paraphernalia and marijuana tucked between the car's seats in a location that both Zolman and his passenger, 23-year-old Miranda Houdston of Mitchell, could have had access to. Zolman was charged with resisting the law enforcement with a vehicle, and both were faced with multiple drug charges. They were lodged into the Martin County Jail without incident, and Indiana State Police were assisted by deputies with the Martin County Sheriff's Department. Conservation officers with the Indiana Department of Natural Resources are investigating an ATV accident that resulted in the hospitalization of Vanderburgh County teenager. Conservation officers say that 16-year-old Morgan Cole of Evansville suffered leg and facial injuries after the ATV in which he was a passenger overturned. He was transported to St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville by ambulance. Around 1:30 Central Time, authorities say that the ATV's operator, 16-year-old Patricia Tees of Evansville, was turning from a driveway located on private property located along Schultz Road and onto a dirt trail when they say excessive speed was believed to have been a contributing factor in the overall accident. They say Tees was not injured and neither Tees nor Cole were wearing any ATV protective gear. No one was injured, but a Huntingburg woman was ticketed after a two-vehicle accident that took place at the intersection of 9th and Newton Street in Jasper Monday afternoon. Jasper police say that just after 1 p.m., a car driven by 41-year-old Lisa Harrison White of Huntingburg was southbound along Newton Street approaching 9th, while another passenger car driven by 22-year-old Alexandra Helming of Otwell was headed for the intersection as well. Police say Helming ran a traffic signal at the intersection and her car collided with Harrison White's. Police estimated damage to Helming's car to be at $4,000, while damage to Harrison White's was believed to have been $8,000. Harrison White was cited by Jasper police for disregarding an automatic signal. No one was injured in a two-vehicle accident in which authorities say a delivery box truck driven by Vanderburgh County man struck a parked vehicle in Ferdinand early Monday afternoon. Ferdinand police say that just after 1:30 p.m. yesterday, the Freightliner driven by 42-year-old Brian Fruguet of Evansville was police who say attempting to back his vehicle through a parking lot which was located along the 800 block of East 10th Street when he told police that he was watching construction trucks on the left side of his truck, which struck the rear of a parked passenger car owned by the Sisters of St. Benedict. Police say that damage was estimated at about $2,500 to the car, while the box truck sustained only $50 in damages. No charges were filed. Dr. Jane Parker has been named the 2016 Little Company of Mary's Outstanding Physician Award recipient at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center. This award is named in honor of the Sisters of the Little Company of Mary and the sponsors of Memorial Hospital. The Little Company of Mary Awards is presented annually to physicians on Memorial's active medical staff who have been nominated through a hospital and community-wide nomination process, with the winner chosen from a selection by committees from a group of 6 finalists. The award is based on outstanding performance reflecting Memorial Hospital's mission statement and the core values of respect for human dignity, compassionate caring, stewardship, quality, and justice. The top 6 nominees for this year's awards include Dr. Adam Dawkins, Linda Handcamp, Jane Parker, Sohail Qadir, Andrew Rader, and David Risk. Dr. Parker received her medical degree from Indiana University School of Medicine and completed a psychiatric residency at the University of Texas Healthcare Science Center in San Antonio. She is board certified by the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. Dr. Parker joined Memorial Hospital's active medical staff in 2014. DuBois County Emerging Leaders will host a luncheon that will be open to the public this Thursday beginning at noon at the Gaslight in Huntingburg. Individuals interested in learning more about the group are encouraged to attend. The 1-hour event, dubbed Emerging Leaders Unplugged, will feature a panel of current members that will share their perspective on a variety of topics, including philanthropic priorities, leadership philosophy, and how we move our community forward. Lunch will be provided, and Emerging Leaders is giving a circle established in 2012 by the DuBois County Community Foundation. It seeks to contribute to the health and public good of the community at large through philanthropies and charitable givings. Each member commits to giving as little as $120 per individual or $180 as a couple per year. Members will then share a vote in where the grant will be directed by the year's end. You can learn more by calling the DuBois County Community Foundation at 812-482-5295 or go online and check them out at www.elgiving.org. Make sure to keep it right here because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.